Good evening, all of you. We are on the 12th lecture of 12th session of the Amarakosa study circle, where we have Dr. Jayadevi Prakash. She is the research associate in Kutuswami Shastri Research Institute. She had done PhD in Purushartha Sudhanidhi of SALIENT. And if you look at her qualification, at the beginning she did everything in business administration, marketing management, personal management, all those PG diplomas after her BCom in AVC College, Mayiladuthurai. She also did Rashtra Bhasha Pravid and Rashtra Bhasha Nishnat with Hindi Prachar Sabha. MA Sanskrit with the Shastra University, Tanjavur, and she stood first in the university. And she has got through all the examinations of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Samskrita Bharati, and she is Vidya Bhushana of Chittur, Samskrita Bhasha Pracharin Sabha. She has nearly 27 papers presented in the various conferences, seminars. Maya Rasa, an introduction in Endeavour University. Kautilya, the original pioneer in the method and methodology of agriculture, Karnataka State Open University, Dharwad, Vijapur. Rajadharma through birds and animals in Shanti Parva, Shilpakon University, Thailand, Bangkok, papers presented to an university abroad. Contribution of Kshama Rao to modern Sanskrit in PMC College, Chennai. 24 teachers in Bhagavata, AOC Haridwar. Sanskrit translation of Shakespeare's classics, that also in Endeavour University. Ramcharitmanas, Samanvayaki Virat Cheshta, that also in Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Vishwa Mahavidyalaya, Endeavour. Unpublished manuscript in Niti Shastra, she has spoken on an unpublished manuscript, that also in Endeavour University. Atmarpana Sutto Shiva Vibhuti Mahatmyam, that she has presented in Pondicherry University, but unfortunately she has not given the dates. Political ethics in Subhashita Nevi of Vedanta Deshika, Bhasanatakeshu Kala Vaishishtyam Vaividhyam from in the Madras College, Rajuvamshe Subhashiteshu Prakriti Vaichitryam in Madras College. Elephants as discussed in Mriga Pakshi Shastram, that she did in Udupi. Significance of water as gleaned in the ancient scriptures in Salem, probably in Sharada College. Charaka Samhitayam, Rudhira Vimarsha, and the dietary regimen as discussed in Charaka Samhita, Sri Shankaracharya University, Kalati, Kerala. Mahabharate, Karagrahana Vichara. Karagrahanam is a tax collection of tax. I thought it is a Panigrahanam. I corrected it with there. Shankaracharya University, same quality. Use of Kautilya on the role of ambassador in the international relations, Mumbai University. Birds and animals in Bhagavata Purana as similes, omens, and features in Rasa College. A brief introduction to some arts and as discussed in Mahabharata, Ramaswamy Iyer Foundation, Tenampet. Appointment of ministers as discussed in Arthashastra, Rasa College. Mahabharate Shanti Parvani, Sachiva Achariniya Upadesha, that also in Madras College. Analysis of Samudrika Shastra in Subhashita Sudhanidhi of Sayanacharya, that is a topic of research, a part of a topic of research. And number 25, contribution of Sri Y. Mahalinga Shastri to Sanskrit research. I think there is a book by on Y. Mahalinga Shastri. Niti in Mahabharata, Madras Sanskrit Academy, Chennai. Then number 27, Vasanta Raja Shakunam, Shakuna Shastra Grantaha Ekaha Parichaya. This in short happens to be her articles, and she has also presented papers and articles that she has not given the list. Probably it may go to pages in ISSN and ISBN numbers. Nowadays, articles require these numbers for accreditation by the NAC. Apart from that, she is an artist in AAR, B high grade artist in Carnatic vocal, Carnatic music. She has not given vocal or something like that. So she is a multi-dimensional scholar. Dr. Jayadevi Prakash, young and energetic, Once you listen to her, you will find that she goes on presenting things with her PowerPoint presentation. Those who are unable to, in the common lecture where we just have one-to-one face-to-face, we don't have the facility of writing it down because it goes on. Whereas in a PowerPoint presentation, the advantage is the onlookers, the viewers can have the advantage of what she speaks, what she want to emphasize. All these things are given. Our Yamuna Devi madam had done like that, and few others also have done like that. Sampat Kumar has done like that. And this is going to be a feast for all those people who are assembled here. Over to Dr. Jayadevi Prakash for a lecture on Kshatriya Varga in Amarakosa. Dr. Jayadevi Prakash.
Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Jai Jai Shankara Har Har Shankara. Namasabhaye. First, I would like to convey my thanks to the National College, especially Professor Dr. Anantanarayanan sir, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. And I also would like to take this opportunity to thank all the stalwart scholars who had previously given lectures in this wonderful platform, because each and every lecture was a great learning experience for me. I learned a lot from those lectures. So thanks once again to one and all present here. I have taken Kshatriya Varga in Amarakosa. So this chapter is quite a big chapter. It's impossible to explore everything in an hour. So I have taken a small portion through which I want to establish how Amarasimha has conveyed Rajaniti, or whatever you say, Rajanaya, Rajadharma, how political ethics have been explored beautifully through the terms connected to the Kshatriya. So I want to tell that only. So first, what is Rajanaya? Rajñam Rayo Nayo Rajanitihi. The prudent or righteous conduct of a king is considered as Rajanaya. The science of polity, which lays down the rules and regulations to be followed by the king during the administration of the affairs of the kingdom, is termed as RAJANITISASTRA. This Shastra occupies a very significant place because the king is responsible for the prosperity of the subjects and they get destroyed in his absence. The prominence of the Shastra is also due to its ancients, which has been well established in Shanti Parva, the great epic Mahabharata. Lord Dhamma, the god of creation, composed by his own intelligence a work consisting of 100,000 chapters. After this, Lord Shiva studied and mastered it. Seeing the gradual decrease of the span of human existence, Umapati abridged that highly important science composed by Dhamma. That abridged version, known as Vaishalaksha, comprising of 10,000 chapters, was then received by Lord Indra, who again abridged it into a work consisting of 5,000 chapters, which was named as Bahudantaka. Then the preceptor of Devas, the great Brihaspati, abridged it further, comprising of 3,000 chapters, and named it as Brihaspatya. After that, the preceptor of Daityas, that is demons, the sage of unlimited wisdom, Shukracharya, abridged it again into a treatise of only 1,000 chapters. So, thus our gods and great sages had taken such a great endeavor in the composition of the wonderful treatise. where political ethics are dealt with extensively. Here, a question arises. What is the need for such an endeavor? For this, Manu gives answer. Arajake hi lokesmin sarvato vidurte bhayat rakshartamasya sarvasya rajanam asrijat prabhu. So Manusmriti conveys the inevitability of the creation of the ruler of the subjects. This, for when these creatures, being without a king, through a fear dispersed in all directions. So the Lord created a king for the protection of this whole creation. The same thought was conveyed by Satyavati to Vyasa after the death of Vichitravirya in Mahabharata. What did she say? Arajakeshu rashtreshu prajanatha vinashyati nashyanti chakriya sarva nasti vrittir nadevata. In a country without a king, the people get destroyed. All holy deeds like sacrificial rites, charity, etc. will be lost, and there will neither be the presence of gods nor will there be any rain. So again, Gautama Dharma Sutra says, Rajño adhikam rakshanam sarvabhutanam. Compared to a Brahmana and a Vaishya, a king has more responsibility in protecting all the creatures. The degree of responsibility can be understood through the words of the commentator Haradatta, who says, Tavaradhinam apyashvatadhinam chedhana nirodhena. The king is responsible even towards the protection of the trees like Ashwatha by prohibiting the act of cutting. So in the Rig Veda also, the term is seen very often. The adjective Vishwayu is added for the word Kshatriya, which has been commented upon by Sainacharya as Tritra Manushya Dhisha, the Lord of the entire human race. Again, in 10th Mandala in Rig Veda, a wonderful simile has been indicated. The context is that a messenger is sent to bring the wife of Lord Brihaspati, where it is said that she did not reveal herself to the messenger, just as the kingdom well protected by a king to the enemies. Sainacharya further elaborates that as Pratriyasya Rajnyah Vihitam Rashtram Rajyam Kshatrare Yatana Prakashayat. Thus, the safety of the kingdom is strongly emphasized by laying out the responsibility of the king to protect the subjects. In Atharvaveda also, the word Kshatriya has been commented by Sainacharya as Kshatrajatiyaha Vijayakama Puman, one who is desirous of being a victor. By having the desire of victory, a king ensures the safety of the subjects by winning over the enemies. Thus, the underlying factor in the creation of a king and the emergence of the political treatise is protecting and safeguarding the people, which has been strongly emphasized by all the ancient scriptures. That is why in the Thesaurus Amarakosa, Amarasimha has allotted an exclusive section, namely Kshatriya Varga and second Varga. So first, let's see the classification of the term Kshatriya. First, 5 synonyms of the term Kshatriya are given as Murdhabhishiktaha, Rajanyaha, Bahujaha, Kshatriyaha, Virat. So, after the ceremony of the coronation is over, he is called as Murdhabhishiktaha. The duties and responsibilities of the king start only after this ceremony. In Matsya Purana, political ethics have been beautifully described in a conversation between Manu and Lord Vishnu during his incarnation as a holy fish, that is Matsyavatara, where Manu asks, Ragnu Abhishiktamattasya kim nu krityatamam bhavet etenme sarvamachakshva samyak veti yatho bhavan. So, O Lord, please tell what a king should do on ascending the throne immediately after the ceremony of coronation. For which the Lord replies, Abhishekardra Shirasa Rajnya Rajyavalokina Sahayavaranam Karyam Tatra Rajyam Pratishtitam. So the literal meaning is that the king with a wet hair, the hair wet by the holy water during the coronation ceremony, with the aim of protecting the kingdom should appoint the ministers, as the prosperity of the kingdom depends upon them only. So actually this term carries much reverence, which can be well understood in the Bhagavata Mahapurana, where sage Jamadagni condemns the act of killing the Kshatriyas by his son Parashurama. Jamadagni says, Rājño mūrdhāvishaktya vadho brahmavadhat guru. Assassination of a coronated king is more heinous than the murder of a Brahmin. So here Vamshidhara comments upon the term Murdhavishiktaha as Murdhni Mastake Avasikko Vaidika Mantrihi Yaha Saha Murdhavasaha. So Vaidika Mantrihi Yaha Murdhavasikaha Saha Murdhavishiktaha Ityuchate. In Agni Purana also we can see the two big chapters deal with the coronation ceremony of the king elaborately. What are the mantras we chanted during this ceremony, etc. And the second term is RAJANITISASTRA. This is a regular term seen in Vedic literature to denote a man of a royal family. In Rig Veda, the creation of 4 Varunis has been highlighted thus. Brahmano asya mukhamasi bahu rajanya kritaha uru tadasya vaishya padnyam shudro ajayata. Here the term Rajanya has been commented by Sainacharya as Kshatriyatva Jatiman. Similarly, in Atharva Veda too, this term has been commented by Sainacharya as Ragno Abhishiktasya Putro Rajanyaha, a son born to a king who is coronated. The third term is Bahuja. The previous hymn of Rig Veda, which has been taken to explain the term Rajanya, will illustrate the term Bahuja as well. From the shoulders of Rajanya were created the Kshatriyas. Manusmriti too provides testimony to substantiate this fact. What does it say? Lokanam Vivridhatam Bahurpadataha Brahmanam Vaishyam Shudram Niravartayat. Thus, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra emerged from the face, shoulders, thighs, and legs respectively of the Lord Brahma. The fourth term, Kshatriya. Actually, Kalidasa beautifully gives a etymological explanation of this term through the king Dilipa in Raghuvamsha. Tathat kila trayata iddakraha tasya shabdo bhuvaneshu rudaha. The term Kshatriya is popular on the earth as it indicates a person who gives protection against all the perils. Here the commentator Mallinatha emphasizes the significance of this term as not Kevala Rudha but Yoga Rudha. What is Kevala Rudha and what is Yoga Rudha? It not only conveys his sins, but usage.
Sorry.
Madam, your voice is not clear.
Audio is not at all clear.
Voice is, you raise your voice, please.
Audio is not
Raise
at all
your
clear.
voice. Your voice is not audible.
Am I not audible, sir?
No, audio is disturbed. Please.
Am I audible, sir?
Please check it at your end.
Sorry?
Go ahead. There is a problem with the voice. Here it is all clear. Can you hear my voice, please?
Am I audible, sir?
There is a problem. Please check your audio.
Ma'am, when you are speaking straight across the mic, it is fine.
We are not
But
getting.
maybe when you are giving that lecture, maybe when your head is slightly down, probably the disturbance is there. Maybe
Okay.
the audio or the mic is probably position is getting
We are
disturbed
getting it.
because of that.
Yes, madam, it is getting. We are getting. It's okay.
Okay, shall I try
Okay.
again?
Yes, it's okay. It's
Ah,
okay.
yes.
You can proceed.
So the next term, fourth term is Kshatriyaha. Is it clear, sir?
Yes, okay.
Okay. So Kalidasa beautifully gives etymological explanation of this term through the king Dilipa in Raghuvamsha. What does he say? Kshatat kila trayata it udagraha kshatrasya shabdo bhuvaneshu rudaha. The term Kshatriya is popular on the earth as it indicates a person who gives protection against all the perils. Here, the commentator Mallinatha emphasizes the significance of this term as not Kevala Ruda but Yoga Ruda. Now, what is Kevala Ruda and what is Yoga Ruda? It not only conveys its sense just by usage, that is Kevala Ruda, but possesses etymological as well as special or conventional meaning, that is Yoga Ruda. She further justifies by saying Kshatrata Trayata iti Yutpatya Dhuvaneshu Rudaha Kila Siddhaha Kalu. That is why a king is called as Kshatriya. In Mahabharata also, where Varna dharmas are enlisted in the conversation between the sages Bharadwaja and Bhrigu, the latter, while explaining the duties of the second Varna Kshatriya, says Kshatrajam Sevate Karma, for which the commentator Nilakanta in his Bhavapradipa says Kshatram Himsa Tadattam Jatam Kshatrajam Uddhatmakam Karma. Thus, Kshatriya is the one whose main duty is to fight wars and thereby protecting the people from all the disasters, from all the dangers, etc. Then fifth term is Virat. In Rigveda, this term is, that is Virat, the term is commentated by Sainacharya as Visheshena Rajante, a person with a special charisma. In Bhagavata Mahapurana, in the Puranjana Upakhyana, this term has been commented by Vijaya Bhujatirtha as Vishayameva Rajayati iti Virat. One who rules the kingdom is considered as Virat. And Shridhara Swami comments upon this term as Samrat. Actually, in this lecture itself, it will be analyzed here afterwards. So, thus by these 5 terms, Amarasimha explores the special aspects of the kingship. Next comes classification of Raja. Raja, Rat, Parthivaha, Shmabhrit, Dhrupaha, Bhupaha, Mahikshit, or the 5 synonyms, or the 7 synonyms given to indicate Raja. So the first term is Raja. Kalidasa in Raghuvamsha has underlined the quality of keeping the subjects contented, pleased and delighted by wonderfully comparing a king with the sun and the moon. Yatha Prahladanat Chandraha Prathapat Tapano Yatha Tataiva so Abhut Anvartho Raja Prakriti Ranjanat Chandayati Akladayati iti Chandraha Tapati iti Tapanaha Ranjayati iti Raja. That which pleases and delights is the moon, that which gives out heat is the sun, and he who pleases and delights the subjects is the king. So, a king should be of pleasing nature. In Rigveda also, the term Raja has been commented by Saina as Sarvasya Swami, which means the Lord of all. So, another lexicon, Shabdakalpa Dhuma, expands this term as Rajate Shobhate iti Raja, he who shines as an able ruler. So, lordship and ability to rule are indicated by this term. So, the second term is Rat. Actually, this term is also used in similar sense as Raja. The third term is Parthivaha. Prithivyaha Ishvaraha iti Parthivaha, which means the Lord of the Mother Earth. While discussing the degree of honor to be given, Manu in his Manusmriti says, Tesham tu samavetanam manyau snataka parthivav. Tesham tu samavetanam ityukte kesham iti prashtaha. In this regard, Manu gives a list of persons whom should be given the babe first, such as Chakri, who is in the carriage, Dashami Staha, one who is more than 90 years old, Rogi, sick, Bhari, who carries a burden, Stri, a woman, Snatakaha, who has completed the term of Brahmacharya, Raja, king. In the second verse only, Manu considers, he gives the term Parthiva. In the previous verse, he gives the term Raja and Varaha, that is bridegroom. Here, the term Parthiva has been commented by Kulluka Bhatta as Deshadipa, head of a country. She further says that Raja Shabdo Atra Nakevara Jati Vachanaha, into Abhishikta Kshatriya Jati Vachanaha. So, Abhishiktaha is interconnected, that is intertwined with this term also Parthivaha. It is not only Jati Vachana, but into Abhishikta Kshatriya Jati Vachanaha. And the fourth term is Kshmabhrut. Kshmam Vibharti iti Kshmabhrut, which means the one who protects the earth. This term actually commands more weightage, as Kshma has been elaborated as Kshamate in Bhumi Varga in Amarakosa, which is further expanded in Shabdakalpa Dhruma as Kshamate Sahate Bharam Aparajajanitam Va Atmasthanam Jivanam Chaturvidhanam Iti. So Mother Earth endures all the burdens those arise out of various sins, and also the burden of 4 types of living beings such as Jarayuja, Andaja, Swedaja, and Udbija. And the king protects such a venerable Mother Earth. So this term Kshmabhrut is more significant, is more a revered term. And the fifth term is Dhrupa and Dhrupa. Dhanapati iti Dhrupaha. He who protects all the human beings. That is why he is also called as Narapatihi. In Brahmavaivarta Purana, the geographic area that comes under the power of Dhrupa has been indicated as Chaturyojana Padyantam Adhikaro Nrupasya cha. So, geographic area which is equal to Chaturyojana, that is 1 yojana is approximately equal to 14.6 kilometers. So, here we have to multiply that by 4. So, Chaturyojana Padyantam Adhikaro Nrupasya cha. And sixth term is Bhupaha. Bhuvam Pati iti Bhupaha. Again, one who protects the Mother Earth is Bhupa. And the seventh term is Mahikshitaha. Mahyam Krayate Yishte. One who performs sacrificial rites on the earth is Mahikshit. As all of you know, Yajana is one of the foremost duties of a Kshatriya. There are several evidences in both Ramayana and Mahabharata to show that how kings were very specific regarding the performance of sacrificial rites such as Rajasuya, Ashwamedha, Purushamedha, Govidata, etc. Again, the ultimate goal of Yajna has been beautifully conveyed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Annad bhavati bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajnah karma samudbhavaha. Here, the commentary Tattparya Bhodini describes Yajna as Prishyanna Dwara Jagat Jivana Hetu Yajnaha. Yajna is the means of sustenance of life through the provision of grain, rice, etc. Again, the commentary Gudhartha Deepika says Ritvik Yajamana Vyapara Sadhyaha, that Yajamana is a king. Now, we can understand how wonderfully and thoughtfully the term Mahikshit has been coined. In Ramayana also, King Dasharatha is addressed as Ejva, performer of sacrificial rites. When Bharata went to Chitrakuta to see Rama, while inquiring about the well-being of father Dasharatha, Rama addresses his father as Rajasuya Ashwamedhanam Aharta, the doer of sacrificial rites like Rajasuya, Ashwamedha, etc. In Mahabharata, there is an indication of Dhritarashtra doing 100 Ashwamedhas after Pandu completed his Digvijaya Yatra. While describing the greatness of Yayati, Vyasa says, who is he? Yije Bahuvir Makaihi, one who did more sacrificial rites, one who performed more sacrificial rites. So Yayati is described like this, and numerous such examples are seen in Mahabharata. The main objective of performing sacrificial rites is to please the deities and thereby protecting the people by preventing the natural calamities like Ativrishti, Anavrishti, etc. Next comes Amarasimha gives some special ranks which are attributed to a king, because according to qualifications such as Adhishwaraha, Chakravarti, Sarvabhaumaha, Mandaleshwaraha, Samrata. So first, let's see Adhishwaraha. First he says, Amarasimha says, Pranata Ashesha Samantaraha Syad Adhishwaraha. One who has controlled all the rulers without any exception. He can be considered as a sovereign ruler. Next comes Chakravarti. Actually, the terms Chakravarti and Sarvabhauma are used synonymously. For the term Chakravartin, Shabdakalpadruma gives a very unique explanation. It says, Chakram Padmakara Shubhachinnam Kare Vartate Yasya. One who has the auspicious sign of a lotus in his palm is called as Chakravartin. In Bhavishit Purana, 5 chapters, in Brahma Parva, 5 chapters give Samudrika Lakshana of men and women, where a verse emphasizes this fact, where it is said, Srivatsam Athava Padmam Ajtam Chakramevacha Ratova Yatava Kumbho Yastahaste Prakashate Rajanam Tam Vijaniyat Parasaini Vidharanam. Srivatsam is generally considered the epithet of Vishnu, or in Samudrika Lakshana Shastra, it is said as Dakshinavarta Romavalihi Pakshastale. But here it is symbolically indicated Srivatsam, Padmam lotus, Vajram diamond, or Vajrayuda like Vajrayuda of Indra, a Chakram veer, Rataha chariot, Atava Kumbho, holy part. Isyahaste Prakashate, he is considered as a Chakravarti, Kidrishaha Chakravarti, Parasainya Vidharane Samartaha. He who is capable of destroying the army of enemies. In Mahabharata, when Bharata was born in the hermitage of Kanva, he is described by Vaishampayana as Chakrankita Karaha. So, after he ascended the throne, after Dushyanta, he is described thus. Tasya Kathitam Chakram Pravartata Mahatmanaha Savijitya Mahipalan Shakara Vashavatinaha Raja Chakravartyasi Sarvabhaumaha Prathapavan. The Chakra of Bharata was prevalent everywhere. He controlled all the kings by gaining victory over them, and the Velar's king became Sarvabhauma Chakravarti. As far as the Chakra is concerned, the term Chakra is concerned, Nilakanta in his Bhava Pradipa comments as Chakram Rakasya Chakram Agnyava. That which means that his chariot ran every nook and corner of the world, and he gained command over everybody. So he controlled all the kings without any exception. So he is considered as Chakravarti Sarvabhauma. So when both these terms are used synonymously, Chakravarti is also interpreted as Bhumandale, Rajamandale Vavatitum Sheelam Asya by the commentator Bharjidikshita in Amarakosa. One who has capability of being a ruler on this earth or remaining supreme among all the rulers is considered as Chakravarti. Next is Sarvabhauma. Sarvabhauma is interpreted as Samudra Karivrittayaha Sarvabhumehe Ishvaraha by Bharjidikshita again. The Lord of the Universe surrounded by next slide. Previous.
Any issues?
Next comes Mandaleshwara. So a portion of the earth is called as Mandala, and the ruler of that portion is considered as Mandaleshwara. Again, in Brahma Vaivarta Purana, the Lakshana of Mandaleshwara has been indicated as Yo Raja Tat Chatagunaha Sayeva Mandaleshwara. Actually, this is the second line of the verse which I have previously recited for explaining the characteristics of Nripa. Tat Chaturyoja Padyantam Adhikaro Nrupasya. I have recited that line previously. So it is the succeeding line of that verse. Okay? Here he tells the salient features of a Mandaleshwara. Yo Raja Tat Chatagunaha Sayeva Mandaleshwara. He under whose regime comes the geographic area which is 100 times the size of 4 yojanas. Is considered as Mandaleshwara. Here, the geographic area is fixed by making a comparison between a Mandaleshwara and a Nripa. Then comes Samrat. So, 3 qualifications actually have been indicated for a Samrat. The commentator Maheshwara in Amarakosa explains this. What are those 3 qualifications? Rajasuyakhya Tratu Visheshena Yena Yishtam Dvadasha Mandalasya Ishwarascha Yaha Yascha Swa Agniya Sarva Bhupan Shasti Idrisha Visheshena Trayena Vishishtaha Raja Samrat Syat. One who has performed Rajasuya Yaga, ruler of 12 mandalas, commands authority over all the kings is considered as Samrat. Now, Dwadasha Rajamandala has been described in Manusmriti by the commentator Kullukutta as Athimaha, Udasinaha, Shatruhu, Vijikishuhu, Mitram, Arimitram, Mitramitram, Arimitram, Parshnigraha, Akrandaha, Parshnigrahasaraha, Akrandasaraha. Actually, this also requires a separate discussion. We need not go into detail. So, one who has controlled all these 12 Prakritis, Rajamandala, he is considered as Mandaleshwara. So, in Mahabharata, the first Pandavas gained victory over various territories, bring abundant wealth. And after that, Yudhishthira completes Rajasuya Yaga. So, after he does Avabratasana, which is usually done after the performance of completion of sacrificial rites, the kings who came to attend the Rajasuya Yaga together said in one voice. What did they say? Vishtya-vardhasi dharmagya samrajyam praptavanasi. Oh, the knower of righteousness, you have attained glorious rights and potential to become a samrat. Samrajo bhavaha iti samrajyam. While describing the greatness of Raghu as a ruler in Raghuvamsha, Kalidasa uses the phrase Samrajya Dikshitam, for which Malinatha beautifully comments thus: Samrajya Karmani Mandaladipatye Dikshitam Abhishiktam, one who is competent in the discharge of duties of a Samrat. So, in Rajasuya Arambha Parva in Mahabharata, Lord Krishna, while persuading Pandavas, gained victory over Jarasandha, beautifully defines the word Samrat by giving examples of few kings. He says, Jitva Jaya Yupanashvihi Palanatsa Bhagirataha Kartaveryas Tapoviryat Balatatu Bharato Vibuhu Uddha Maruttastan Pancha Samrajahatu Anushvishya Samraja Tatastetu Sarvakaram Ishtira Rasya Lakshanam Rapti Dharma Arthanaya Lakshanaihi. Yavvanashvihi. Who is Yavvanashvihi? Son of Yavanashva, that is Mandata. Mandata, by conquering those who are to be conquered. Bhagiratha, by protecting the subjects. Kartavirya, by penance, that is by the energy of asceticism. Bharata, by his strength and valor. Marutha, by his prosperity and the position of Samrat. But oh, it is Yudhishthira, you deserve this position by all the qualities together you possess. It is victory over the enemies, protection of the subjects, through the king, through the kind attitude towards them, virtue, prosperity, and valorousness. So he gives examples of these kings to demonstrate the term Samrat. That is, who is capable of becoming a Samrat. It's called Vanadha Tantra in second Patala. The very clear definition of Samrajya has been given. Lakshadipatyam Rajyam Syat Samrajyam Dashalakshake Shatalakshe Maheshani Mahasamrajyam Uchyate. So here in the footnote it is given, Rajya refers to 1 lakh territories, and Samrajya refers to 10 lakhs, and Mahasamrajya refers to 1 crore. In Lalita Sahasranama, you all might be knowing that the goddess Lalita is addressed as Mahasamrajya Shalini, for which Bhaskara comments as Maha Kailasadipatyam Mahasamrajyam Tat Shalini. This represents wide dominion. So you can see, you can imagine how big the dominion will be for Mahasamrajya, then Samrajya and Rajya. Next comes classification of primary royal servants. First, Amarasimha classifies the minister into 2 broad categories, Bhisachiva and Karma Sachiva. One responsible for the job that involves mental work, and one responsible for laborious job. Commentator Maheshwara in Amarakosa clarifies both the terms, both the types of the 2 terms, that is Buddhi Sahaya and Karmopayukta. The first category is again classified into 3 types, namely Mantri, Bhisachivaha, Amatyaha, and he further says rest are Karma Sachivas, that is apart from, I mean, other than Mantri, Dhi Sachiva and Amatya, the rest are Karma Sachivas, those who are involved in laborious work. Gives etymological explanation of the term Mantri as Mantro Bhashanam Asya Asti, and also Mantra Jata Kartavya Nischaya Karta, which means that Mantri is the one in which a king confides with regard to secrecy, and he is given power to decide on the implementation of the matters discussed during counseling. In Mahabharata, we can take numerous examples. For example, unable to bear in one place, unable to bear the fame and prosperity of the Pandavas, Dhritarashtra approaches Kanika and opens his heart, that Kanika is described as Mantrajnaha, RAJANITISASTRA, Mantrinam Sreshtaha, one who is an expert in counseling, possesses erudition in political science, and greatest among all the ministers. That is why, with regard to a very delicate matter in which his own brother's children and his own children are involved, Dhritarashtra chose Kanika. He Sachiva is expanded as Hyam Sahaya, which means one who is involved in the matters which require brainstorming.
Unmute your mic, Mr.
Shanti
Aiko.
Parva, Bhishma gives a long list of qualities expected from a Sachiva. Among those qualities, he emphasizes Shikam, Prajnam, Jnana Vijnana Paragam, Sarva Shastrata Tattvajnam, Santi Vigraha Kovidam, Ingidakara Tattvajnam, Rajna Stivarga Vettaram, Niti Kushalam, Yatra Jnana Visharadam, Sachivam Yaf Prakurvate, Rachainam Avamanyate. Thus, by appointing one who is educated, intellectual, proficient in all Shastras, expert in the implementation of decision of war and peace, efficient in grasping the body language, knower of the means that can contribute in the enhancement of dharma, artha, and kama of the king, erudite scholar of political ethics, knowledgeable in fixing the opportune moment for attacking the enemies, etc., is considered as Sachiva. Because when he appoints a person as Sachiva with these qualifications, the king never gets humiliated or defeated. How aptly these qualities are determined for these Sachiva. And next comes Amatya. Amatya is expanded as Ama Saha Samipe Va Bhavaha by Manji Dikshita in his commentary, which means Amatya is one who remains near to or with the king always. Again in Shanti Parva, on being asked by Yudhishthira, Bhishma, while detailing the eligibility of Amatya, tells, Ete Hyamatya Kartavya Sarva Karmas Avastitaha. You are eligible to be appointed for all tasks. Sarva Karmasu Avastitaha Amatyaha Kartavyaha. So, only when they are very near and always with the king, they can be immediately consulted without any delay, irrespective of the degree of importance of the concerned matter. So that is why he is called as Amatya, Ama Saha Samipe Va Bhavaha. So these three occupy a very prominent place in the court of the king. Next comes, so here afterwards, Amarasimha goes more specific. He classifies an important official who assists the king in the matters of top priority into two types, namely Mahamatra and Pradhana. Shabdakalpadharma expands the term Mahamatra etymologically as Mahati Matra Madhyada Yasya, and also gives an example of the army chief by saying Senapatyadishu Mahati Matra Dhanam Parichadova Eshamte Tata, which means the one who is given special honor, extra money, and paraphernalia is considered as Mahamatra. In Ramayana, there is a mention of a royal official of this cadre, Mahamatra, named as Siddhartha in Ayodhya Kanda. His presence during the sensitive conversation between King Dasharatha and Queen Kaikeyi regarding the decision of sending Rama to forest and appointing Bharata as the king his boldness in conveying his opinion, safely in the face of Kaikeyi in support of Rama, when Kaikeyi compared Asamanjas with Rama, conveys how powerful his position is in the cabinet of King Dasharatha. His power as Mahamatra is further made known to the readers through the adjectives used by the sage Valmiki. He says, Siddhaha, Shuchihi, Rajyaha Bhumataha, Mahamatraha Siddharthaha. Siddhartha, the Mahamatra, who was aged, pure in character, that is straightforward and very close to the king. So how aptly the qualifications have been described for the term Mahamatra. Next comes the term Pradhana. This term is expanded as Prakarshena Dhiyate and Prajnayam Apicha Uttame Sadabhai Anujidikshita. The position which is held with some extra special rank, Prakarshena Dhiyate. In other words, he is confident of the monarch and who has great intellect. In Mahabharata, Vidura holds this position. The words of Dhritarashtra strengthen this statement. On being requested by Duryodhana to call the Pandavas for gambling, Dhritarashtra tells, Kshatta Mantri Mahapragyaha Sthito Yasyasmi Shasane Tena Sangamya Vetsyami Padyasyasya Vinishchayam. I am under the control of Vidura, the highly intellectual counselor. I will decide on this matter only after consulting with him. So here it is not necessary to mention the term Pradhana specifically. So Gudharupena. So in an indirect manner, Vyasa describes Yasya Shasane Sthitosmi. Yasya Shasane Sthitosmi. Under whose control I am. He is the great counselor, Mahapragyaha Mantri. So he holds the position of Pradhana in Mahabharata. Next term is the most prominent person whom Amarasimha mentions about this Rajaguru. There are two synonyms, namely Purohita and Purodhas. From the etymological explanation of the word Purohita given by Shatakalpa, the noble-mindedness of Rajaguru can be understood. So it says, Puraha Adhaveva Hitam Mangalam Ismat. Similarly, Puro Agre Dhati Mangalam Iti Purodaha. Auspiciousness is being fixed by him in any task from the beginning itself. Actually, no monarch is complete without a Purohita. The first hymn of Rigveda itself, Agnir Mela Purohitam. The term Purohita, the greatness of the term is conveyed by Sayana. He says, Yatha Rajyaha Purohitaha Tad Abhishtam Sampadayati Yatha Agnirapi Yajnasya Apekshitam Homam Sampadayati. So here the Purohita is compared with Agni, the holy fire. Just like a Purohita, there is Rajaguru fulfills the desire of the king. Just like that, the holy fire also accomplishes the task of sacrificial rites by sending the Ahuti to Devas. So, how beautifully the comparison has been made between Purohita and the holy Agni. So, his prominence is well illustrated by Sayana in another hymn too. Devaihi Purataha Atra Stapitaha. That is placed in front as the prominent person. In Atharvaveda too, Purohita is aptly described by Sayana as Yasya Kshatriyasya Aham Purohitaha Aihika Amushmika Sakala Shreyo Vishaye Purastata Nihitaha Asmi. So nobody can describe more beautifully than Sayana like this. So I have been appointed as a Purohita, I've been prominent person for what? In aiding the king in getting glory in this world and ultimate bliss, that is the final beatitude in the next world too. So that is why his place is very prominent. In a text called Purushartha Sudhaniti, which actually my thesis text. In this Purushartha Sudhaniti, it was written by Sayanacharya, whose elder brother was Madhacharya, used to be Purohita and a minister as well to the king Ukka of Vijayanagara Empire. Sayanacharya wonderfully explains the place of a Purohita through a verse by giving numerous examples. Indrasya Angiraso Narasya Sumatihi Chaipyasya Medhatitihi Dhaumyo Dharmasutasya Vainyanupatehe Soja Nive Gautamaha Pratyakdrishtir Arundhati Sahacharo Ramasya Punyatmano Yadvattasya Vidborabhut Kulaguru Mantri Tatha Madava. Just like sage Udhaspati to Lord Indra, Sumati to Mara, Medhatiti to Shaibya, Dhaumya to Yudhishthira, Soja to Vaidya, Gautama to me, and Vasishta to Rama, Madhava was. The significance of the term Purohita can be well understood by the study of qualifications fixed to appoint a person in this position, which are listed by Kautilya in Arthashastra. What does he say? Purohitam muditodita kulashilam shadange vede daive nimitte dantanityancha abhivinitam apadam daivamanushinam atharabhihi upayescha pratikartaram kuta sam acharyam shishyaha itaram putro Pratya Swamina Viva cha Anuvartyeta. How wonderfully the qualifications have been fixed. And these qualifications signify the term Purodas and Purodha given by Amarakosa. One who hails from the family of high lineage and of a pure character, well versed in Vedas with its auxiliary sciences such as Suksha, Vyakarana, etc. Shadange, Vede, Daive, well versed in astrology, Nimitte, science of events, Dandanitya, political science, and is capable of contracting the divine and human calamities by means of remedies suggested in Atharabhihi Upayehi, Atharva Veda, and through Upayehi, Samabheda Dhanatya. The king should follow him. How he should follow? Just like a pupil, his master, a son, his father, and a servant, his master. Next, Amarasimha introduces another important official in the legal sphere, namely Prat Vivakaha Akshadarshaha. Chadagopadhruma gives clear definition of Prat Vivaka as Atipratyatino Pritchati iti Prat, Tayor Vachanam Viruddhaviruddham cha Sabbisaha Vibinakti Vivechayati va iti Vivekaha. Here he divides the Prat Vivaka term into two parts, Prat and Vivaka. One who hears and questions both sides of prosecution and defense and analyzes those statements regarding the consistency and inconsistency with other learned people is Prat Vivaka. Akshadarshatha is also used synonymously. So it is expanded as Akshanam Vivaharanam Darshaka. So he is a judge who tries the lawsuits. In Chakraniti-sara, the role of Prat Vivaka has been described thus. Dharmashastranusareణ Krodhalobha Vivarjitaha Saprat Vivaka Samatya Sabdhamana Purohitaha Samahitamatihi Pashyet Vivaharanu Anukramat. Since these texts were written during the monopolistic era, the duties and responsibilities of the royal servants, royal officials are described and discussed and analyzed from the point of view of the king. So, he says, it's the duty of the king with a composed mind, free from greediness and anger, which is Dharmashastranusareణ Krodha Lobha Vivarjitaha, free from greediness and anger, to see the disputes, those come to his notice, along with Prat Vivaka, Amatya, Brahmins, and Purohita, according to the rules and regulations laid down in the ancient scriptures, that is Dharmashastranusareణ, like Dharmasutras, Smritis, etc. So these officials can be trusted upon that they can never mislead the king in pronouncing the judgment, which can be understood by the terms given by Amarasimha, which clearly indicate the characteristic features of these royal officials. Next comes an important personnel who plays a very vital role in the national and international relations. He is spy, for which Amarasimha gives 7 terms like Yatharhavarnaha, Pranidhihi, Apasatvaha, Charaha, Spashaha, Charaha, Gudapurushaha. So every term indicates special characteristic features of this persona. Yatharthavarnaha is expanded as Yathayogyam Aksharam Rupam Dhatischa, which means the one who changes his color, form, type accordingly. Then pranidhi is expanded as prakashena nidhiyate iti pranidhi, which means the one who is interested with a special mission. So in order to understand apasarpa, we have to know what is apasaraha. This is sthanata sthanantara gamanam iti apasaraha, and one who does apasara, apasarpati iti apasaraha. Which means the one who goes from one place to another is frequently. And charati iti charaha, chara and chara are indicate the same meaning. They are used interchangeably very often. And spashaha is expanded as spashate, bhadate, paraniti, spashaha, which means the one who obstructs the enemy. Guda purushaha, gudascha aso purushascha. It refers to a person whose real identity is hidden from others, as he has to move around frequently to various places without revealing his real identity. Matsya Purana says that he should be intelligent, learned, free from avarice, able to bear difficulties. It also gives a list of persons whose identity can be taken by a spy. The list includes merchant, minister, or astrologer, physician, mendicant, etc. The verse is Manijo Mantra Kushalana, Sambatsra Chikitsakana, Tha Prabhajikarans Charana Raja Yojaye. There is a separate chapter called Buddha Purusha Pranidhi in Arthashastra, where Kautilya has dealt with this exclusively in detail. So these information throw light on the terms given by Amarakosa. These are the salient features.
Madam,
And
I think you can
next
continue.
comes an ambassador, Dutaha Sandeshaharaha. An ambassador plays a very crucial role in the international relations. Amarasimha provides two terms, namely Sandeshahara and Dhuta, to indicate an ambassador. Sandeshahara is clear in meaning. Sandesham Harati, one who carries the message. Dhuta is etymologically expanded as Dhuyate Sandesha Vahanadina, which means the one who undergoes pain in carrying the message. Because there is a huge possibility of rejection, displeasure, threat, etc. from the other side, as the position of an envoy is very vulnerable. So the term Dhuta aptly conveys that. That is why in Matsya Purana, among many qualities expected of an ambassador, Klesha Sahatvam, potential to endure the hardships, has also been included. That is, Etoktavadi Dhutasyat, Klesha Bhasha Visharadaha, Shakta Klesha Saho, Vagni, Desha Kala Vibhagavidhe. Next, Amarasimha introduces a person who is well versed in astrology, for which he gives 8 terms, such as Sambatsaraha, Jyotishikaha, Daivagnaha, Ganakaha, Mohurtikaha, Mohurtaha, Jnani, Patantikaha. So, first we have, in order to know what is Sambatsara, we have to know what is Sambatsara. Sambatsara refers to a year. Sambasanti Ratavo, where the seasons reside. So that is called Sambatsara. And Sambatsara refers to a person who is an expert in making almanac of Tithi Vara Nakshatra Yoga Karana. This is the actually general definition. In Brihasamhita, written by Varahamihira, there is a separate chapter called Sambatsara Sutra Adhyaya, where the qualifications of an astrologer are dealt in detail. Next comes Jyotishika. Jyotishika refers to a person who is an expert in Jyotish Shastra. Now, what is Jyotish Shastra? Jyotihi, Suryadinam, Grahanam, Vatyadikam, Pratikadyataya, Asti Asye iti. It is the science which deals with the movements of planets like the sun. So he is called as one who is an expert in this Jyotish Shastra is called Jyotishika. Next comes Daivagna. So in order to know what is Daivagna, we have to know what is Daivam. For which Bhagavad-gita comments Daivam Prakritam Shubhashubham Karma, which means the noble and ignoble deeds of the previous birth. And one who knows them, that is noble and ignoble deeds of the previous birth, is considered as Daivagya. Next comes Ganaka. Ganaka is etymologically expanded as Ganayati, Shubhashubha Graha Bhoga Janita Panam Nirupayati. which means a person who is capable of calculating the favorable or unfavorable results according to the planetary position. Just like Daivam, we have to know what is Muhurta in order to know what is Ahurtika and Muhurta. Muhurta is the term Muhurta is commented by Bhattotwala in Bhasamita as Trimsham Muhurta Dinam, which means that one day is made up of 30 muhurtas. So one who is an expert in the science that deals with the calculation of muhurtas is Muhurtika or Muhurta. Jnani, of course, who is wise in all these areas. And last term is Kartanta. Kartanta, definition, all of you rather is Kartanta is Yama, but here is defined by Shatakatma as Purva Deha Katam Palonmukhi Bhutam Shubhashubhakarta, which means the good and bad deeds done the previous birth, resulting the good or bad consequences accordingly. One who has potential in knowing that is Kartantika. Although all these words are used interchangeably, each term signifies something unique with respect to astrology. Now, a question arises. What is the necessity of an astrologer in the political arena? So, in this case, we have to see Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, in Kandaprastha, Devarshi Narada comes to the court of Yudhishthira and gives a discourse on Rajadharma where he asks, Kachida Indiyeshu Nishnado, Jyotishaha, Pratipadakaha, Uttateshu Sarveshu, Daivagyaha Kushalastava. Have you employed an astrologer who is skilled in physiognomy, capable of instituting movements, expert in knowing planetary position, and competent in utilizing the effects and consequences of nature?
Madam,
as
Jaydev Prakash, Dr. Jaydev Prakash, please.
So,
Can you listen?
also
Madam,
expertise Samudrika Shastra. Next,
you can conclude. You can conclude. Madam,
the
please.
person is Lekaka,
You can conclude.
the writer, is introduced by Amarakosa. Dipikara, Aksharachara, Akshara Chanchu, and Lekaka are the four terms given by him to indicate the same. Dipikara is expanded as Dipim Karoti. Describe this indicator by.
You can conclude, madam, please.
Sorry?
You can conclude, madam,
Okay.
please.
So there are other royal official servants like Adhyaksha, Adhikrita, etc. So there are so many royal personas which have been described by Amarakosa. So as the time is very short, actually the amazing part of Kshatriya in the Thesaurus Amarakosa is that through infinite words to indicate the same thing, but with different meanings which exhibit the unique features, Amarasimha has wonderfully brought out the political ethics of a king in general, criteria to be considered by him while appointing personnel at different levels, duties to be discharged. Once again, I will show the concluding part. While appointing personnel at different levels, duties to be discharged by those royal servants. Just a minute part has been taken by me here. There is a lot to be explored like Saptanga and Shadguna and Chaturupaya, etc., which requires separate session. Regarding the verse that have been brought up by Amarasimha related to political sphere, actually the verse of Mahabharata comes to my mind. Dharme cha arte cha kame cha mokshe cha bharata rushabha yadihasti tadanyatra yennehasti na tat kuchit. Here, I want to, in order to pay a tribute to this great scholar Amarasimha, I want to rephrase the first line a little bit. It is Shabde cha arte cha bhave cha jnane cha vibhudarshabha yadihasti tadanyatra yennehasti na tat kuchit. It is numerous words by showing different meanings, by inducing different sentiments and emotions, and by through the dissemination of knowledge, great scholar Amarasimha has brought out this great treatise. So Yadihasti tadanyatra, which is found here, is only seen everywhere, and there is nothing called which is not here. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity, sir. Thank you all for being patient listeners. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jaydev Prakash. Indeed, we have given you very short time for preparation as well as for exposition. So, Rajadharma, she could complete only 14 verses, running through the passages. She is very fluent in both the languages she spoke. She had no effort in jumping from one another. Effortlessly, it was very smooth, with a great ease she could do it. I appreciate her, we congratulate her. Even in the PowerPoint presentation, she had included one aspect which we might have noticed, that she presents along with the photographs or some pictures describing what she has written, keeping the children in mind. That is, we have Pathshala children observing this lecture, and before going through the lines, if they could see the picture, they can understand this is what is written here. Hats up to you, madam. It is very, very appropriate, and it is very much appreciable. And all of us are to follow your lines. Your command of language is very much laudable.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you.